Good morning, beautiful ladies and gentlemen. It is time for some music feedback. Let me just change this. Chat setting. Perfect. Alright. It's earlier than I normally do them, 4 hours earlier, so we'll see. Give a few moments for a couple of homies to trickle in, maybe. But I imagine half my normals are sleeping right now. So, I mean, I suppose I could have tried to do it at 4, but it would have been in a rush. So, it's ended up working out better. Let me just check that I have all this open. Yeah, let me move this over here. I don't want to wait too much longer, so I think I'm gonna just throw in a little. And then just copy this link. No. I mean, technically that should work, but let me just edit this. To be that. Oh, yeah, actually embeds. Perfect. I'm gonna pause this then, and let's change tabs to here. No. Also, no. Here we go. I already see. What is that? Skrillex biography and origins of the Kyokanon play. 2 drops only. No idea for break whatsoever. Okay. The Smell of a Wretched Spine is a crazy title. What the fuck? Also, why does my hair look green, guys? It's literally green. What the fuck? That's wild. Okay. First one honestly sounds good. Maybe more like... Feels like all the transients of the percussions are a little too flat. And I think it's a question of like where you want to place your accents. But I don't listen to neuro bass. So I am not sure how to give you the best advice, specifically for rhythm and stuff. But for me, it just feels like the transients could be crispified and placed, or like emphasized deliberately to give it a certain feel. Depending on which ones you choose to emphasize is going to change, not necessarily like the whole flow of it, but definitely the sort of intuitive groove of it. And then this one, it feels like the rhythm is kind of, it's like, it feels like something that's a little too swung, which is like so. Like here, like some of the hits are so like seemingly late. Now this may just be my 4/4 doesn't listen to other time signatures brain. Let me down here, but for me it feels like not even too much, but it feels like it's just not landing the idea you have. I can see this though. To me this sounds like you worked on it for too long, and so your brain already knows how to fill in or adjust for the spaces and the individual timings of each of these hits. And each of these like percussive elements, and so it's kind of making you believe that it's much more groovy and intuitive than it might actually be. Yeah, So I would just take a break from that one and like come back to it if you're struggling with the rhythm. If you like it how it is, that's fine. And then for breaks, like you really just gotta experiment. I think take everything that you're doing experimentation wise with your drops in terms of sound design, and you can use the same approach for breaks, which is just make one cool weird sound, and then if you want, just go through my Patreon stuff. Like I literally have 300 plus free samples, and a lot of those include like atmospheres, sustained atmospheres and stuff. Then you just take one in, drag it. It might not be the right harmony, but it will at least get you started. And I think if you're not putting anything down, that's the hardest part. It's just like getting something in your DAW, and then, you know, literally 100% of the things that you make for the break initially don't have to exist in the break at the end. It just needs to give you the idea. So I'd love it if next time you send something, it also had like more, it was more of a song instead of just like a sound bite. But yeah, let me check chat. Yo, what's up, Kelly B? What's up, Arnash? Max swing, exactly. I mean, if you have the swing knob in FL Studios, you can max that shit out and it sounds kind of cool. Lovers do? Lovers do? What do lovers do? Got that girder. Bum, 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 bum. Oh. Smack the spacebar right there. Oh, what? Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Overall, really cool vibe. I like this. I like the way we start. Like, this is like a nice sound, nice way to get into it. You kind of got the da-da-da-na-na-na thing. That's overall, I like this. Good intro. I think the drums here, at some points they're like clipping. Yeah, it's this impact that's like, it's only sub bass, so nobody with AirPods is gonna hear this, and then it just kind of, it doesn't really hit. It just sounds a bit muddy. And yeah, some of them are like clipping weirdly, so I would examine these drums here and like, not necessarily, you don't necessarily have to start from scratch, but I would take a look at like what the goal of these is and maybe see if it's like, do we want these to be a bit weaker? Are they just there for like the atmosphere, or are you actually trying to create like, you know, power and like a drive with them? It's probably going to be a combination of a few things, but the thing is, these chords are so loud, which I don't mind. I actually think it's quite nice that your drums have nowhere to punch through in frequency range wise, other than the very low end. So they're only kind of coming through in like the bottom end, and yeah, something you want to think about is just like how the drums are going to land mix wise. Bit of power, yeah, but also just a main groove. Should I just multi-band compress them then? They're kind of cool. I mean, yeah, they are cool. I'm not sure, to be honest. I personally am a bit of a hater of like these cinematic type drums. I used to hear them so often, so I'm always a bit bitter about them from the get-go. But, you know, that's just like a bit of a caveat. I would just be curious if you could layer these with some other drums, because they really won't show up. If we cut everything below like 150, I feel like they're just not going to land. Like, to me, this is like, there's not enough drum here for me to feel excited by it. They have a lot of power in their sub. So I would maybe yoink some of it out of the sub and put some of that emphasis in other places in the frequency spectrum. And that may mean just like layering it a bit with like, you know, a crash or some other type of cymbal or cymbal adjacent sound, so that we still get some movement, but also in the other frequency ranges. Hopefully that makes sense. They're kind of cool since they're only low end focus. I mean, if you like it like that, then it's all good. You can just ignore it. Like, that's all good. You could also like lean into more of that like clippy sound and clip them harder, so that they have more of like a texture to them. EQ the other stuff to make the vocal stand out for. Yeah, that's a good point as well. I think realistically, you just need to mid-side EQ the chords, so that the chords in those frequency ranges, which I'm guessing are going to be like probably 1.2K on the vocal, and like maybe 600 hertz or something like that. Yeah, just EQ the mids only, like the mid frequencies, and leave the stereo alone, because the stereo of the chords is not really a problem for the vocal. It's just the mids. So you can do this really easily in ProQ. I'm pretty sure you can even do it in like a bunch of other EQ plugins at this point. I was looking for my notes as though they were going to be on my computer. The last thing is here, this like bass. This bass housey thing, it kind of comes out of nowhere, and I like that. It just feels a little too atonal, like it's missing all of this like gorgeous harmony, and so it feels a bit out of place here. So it may just be something where you literally only need like 2 notes maybe out of the chord progression you were using. Just whatever chord would go here, just like take some of the notes out. It doesn't need to be as intense, but just have like a little bit of atmosphere so that it still feels like it's a part of the same song. Because it really only comes in here for like this short little bit. So having like such a stark contrast, I feel like it's not serving. Why is my chat not updating? Here we go. True. Kelly B says true. I don't know what you said true to, but it's probably right. It's at also some Foley maybe. It's at how much less I use Pro Q3. I mean, by the way, did you get my demo? Probably. I don't know where it is, but I just may not have added it. Oh, here we go. What the fuck? I don't know why I have like 17 extra IDs I hadn't added. Just who is this from? Oh, Arnash. Send me a new link because maybe you did already. Yeah, you did. It's broken. I'm not sure if this was the one you meant to send on SoundCloud, but the one from SoundCloud is broken. It's broken. Okay. Yeah, hopefully that's helpful, Green Dragon. I know my feedback's a little confusing sometimes. Kind of need to get into the groove today. Feeling quite tired. Okay. More Zerlav. Photos. What is that start, dude? That's crazy. But is this like a house track? Because this sounds like a house vocal chop. Sound got removed because of copyright. Wow, okay.
Insert really good pre-roll vocal here.
What? No.
Quit talking.
This is ridiculous. What the fuck? Oh my god, can you imagine a house switch later? That would be crazy. Well, take us on house, it would be like 4-4, I guess, but, you know.
The number you have dialed
It's not available at this price. Nice, really good, like, continuation into the next part of the arrangement.
This is a pre-intro vocal.
There it is. What? There's the dirty pop thing I was thinking of. My photos. Damn, I don't even know what to say. It started off like so... I actually like how it starts off just because it's so jarring. You come into it and you're like, what is happening? And then you have that same feeling of what is happening the entire time.
Hey, okay.
I'm just not sure I like this. Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom. It feels like it's building to something, but then it's not actually building. If this makes sense. Send this to DP. Yeah, it really does have that DP. This feels like all of the like the DP bass house stuff. It was actually reimagined. Like I really like how you guys have taken this and actually tried to make something new and different instead of just being like or like some, you know, really derivative version of his bass house sound. It sounds very different. And I like all the cool references, the funny vocals and stuff. I say funny in the sense of like the sort of like over the top, like, oh, this is a rhythm vocal here. It actually works quite well. I think like you guys have done it quite tastefully. I'm not even sure what I should comment on because it's so out there.
Really good pre-roll vocal here.
I think Kelly B said more sub earlier, and I kind of agree. More sub would go more hard. Like if you just...
Quit talking.
Yeah, literally all I did here is just like boost the sub and then boost the like 10k. You kind of need that disco smile for this song, especially because it's so EDM-y. In terms of like, we're not going for like intimate, warm sounds here. This is like, we're here to party. So feel free to like boost the highs and the lows a little more just to get that beefiness, you know. He loves the beefiness. Yo, what's up, Nari? Yeah, it has been a while. Kelly B says, find the derivative, nerd emoji. I noticed a sub issue in the second drop, the house switch. Oh, yeah, that's true. This is not without EQ. I think one thing as well as the build-ups, I think you can just draw out the build-up way more the second time, definitely. I would take some more inspiration from like Dash Star and stuff, especially this choppy one. This dun 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 thing, it's too soon. It feels like... Because the thing is, you deliver on this build-up nicely, but the build-up itself could be a little more slow and taking its time. Like I feel like you're in a little too much of a rush to get from here to the drop. Like this is slow. Like we're in like such a nice place here. You have like another 15 seconds to just like let this build up slowly and like inject a little bit more energy. Reference all of that Knock 2 stuff because he's really good at building up the energy for this really high octane tappetings. Edison in my ID. Perfect. Copy DP and Knock 2 for builds. TLDR. Next we got ruined. I'm trying to think what AV73 is. I wanted to do 3 drops on this so bad. By the way, I'm looking forward to send it to a label in case this is a Psytrance one. Plus help. What do you mean, plus help? Also, I don't know why the bass sounds so distorted. What the heck? It wasn't like that. My mixing doesn't suck that much. This intro has improved a lot, actually. It's nice. Oh, I like this. It's like very textural. Maybe could use a little more melody though. This is just nice. You animal, that's a large water bottle. Yo, what's up, Kennedy? Maybe reference some high-tech stuff? What is this? This is my favorite part of the song, guys. Hello everyone, my washing machine is not working anymore. You can help me, maybe? Okay. So I got like four things. One is more sub. We need more sub here. Kind of same thing as previous submission, where it's just like bass and the top end can be way more because we're going for an EDM-y sound. We can let those frequency ranges really dominate. And in this case, it's not even so much like letting them be super in your face, but just balancing it so that it has more of a full sound, and we're actually focusing on the elements that are really important for the dancey parts. The other thing is, I think in both of your builds, everything is a bit too vague, and I would like for the builds to feel more committed. And specifically here, it's like nice. You have all this texture and stuff, but it's a little too noise and not quite enough melody. So I would still like to hear some atmospheric elements to build up a little bit more of that like harmonic emotional stuff. Because you have a little bit, but it's not enough considering how, we want to have this like emotional build-up and then just drop into only bass, because this will hit hard. And then afterwards, it doesn't take long before we start adding back stuff anyway. Reference similar outskirts gunk. Damn, Kelly B's got his references on lock. Kelly B was also saying to fill up the first parts of the drop, and honestly, I kind of disagree. I think you can leave the first part the way it is. As long as the bass is hitting, that's kind of, for a psytrance track, what I think is important. Because I kind of like it as well. When a psytrance thing hits and it's just bass in the beginning, it's very focused. And I appreciate that. But I do like then that it quickly moves out of that and goes, okay, that was cool, and now let's start stacking up elements. The second build is kind of... Yeah, this thing is way too loud. It needs to be a bit quieter, or everything else needs to get louder. But I think it's just easier if you make this like da-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da thing quieter. And add more stuff here. Throw in some extra elements. You have the space here to fill it up. So you can let it be busy and be experimental and creative with it. I would say the other thing is like, yeah, this build here, it feels like less of like a build and more of like I ran out of time. And if that's the case, that's fine, but make this build longer. It doesn't need to be this short. I understand this one here being structured the way that it is, and I think it'll work once you have a third drop, but Here it's too short. Okay, next up. The best 100 TV shows of all time. Need feedback plus plus. Damn, that's distorted and filtered. Kind of has like a tear out vibe to it. What? Not a faker.
Well, I be damned. Go Jack! Watch out, we are gonna kill a sound boy.
That's a gun base.
People can't believe I with my
That's the good part.
what's going on?
What? I just love Kelly B spamming. Okay, well, that was not what I was expecting specifically.
With my
That's so good. That's so good. That boom, boom, boom. Okay. First of all, I like this. This is cool, but this feels weird now. It feels like you've set up that we're going for this like intro building of some energy, but then it overstays its welcome. Like honestly, if you just go from okay, maybe that is too short, but you know what I mean. I feel like play around with it a little bit because I think that would be a much snappier and more like whoa intro. I like this. I'm kind of missing the kick though. Where like it feels like the kick is not punching. You got this like the snare, I'm assuming, but the kick is kind of not hitting. Love the scream. Overall, that like mix of like this type of metal. I'm not super versed in all the subgenres of metal, so I'm not even gonna try to like place exactly where this sort of is inspired or falls under. But I think it works. Build is fine. This fake out, it's okay. But I think you need way more effects on here, and like it's a little too much like we filtered the lead, guys. On its own, this is not exciting. I feel like you should really focus on like building up effects and building up like a. This is where the whole thing of like creating a world inside of your song is really important. So like, what is the scene? What's going on here? What type of visions do you want people to have when they are experiencing this fake out moment? Like, you know, you're imagining that people are about to mosh pit, but like what's in their head when they're about to mosh pit? What are they thinking about? What type of like cues and foley's and extra things can you use to like build up a certain type of experience? Okay, let me check chat. If mix is cleaned up as crazy, death metal? Yeah, pretty much. W pitch shifts, agree. Holy, what's up, Martin? You came in the wildest time. Alright. Hopefully that helps. Next up, I'm gonna pop this at the end because we heard one from you. Kelly B. What does he say? Gonna erase everything after first drop, but plus feedback on everything else. Also, old ID that needs some reworking. Fair enough.
Always give me one more shot, push no mess it up.
Okay.
Everyone's a wrong place, we'll call it up. I never learned to get your love. I'm being up. Just set me free from all that ache. Your billion words is all I take. Set me free, don't break me more than you did before now.
Yeah. Whoa. Nice vocal chop.
I'm holding on to you.
You said you're gonna erase everything here everywhere? It fades out. Why does it fade out? Oh, that's funny. Okay, super dope. Sent to, could you do the second one I sent first, please? Sure, I can do that. Okay, I like this. I like all of the stuff that's going on here for the most part. I think my biggest thing is like the hat loop here is really stale. It even sounds like stem splitted. Like it doesn't sound like full frequency, high quality. So I would just make sure that you layer it with some extra percussions and stuff so that it has something to it, some kind of texture. Because right now everything sounds, to me, it's a bit too clean and it's a bit too like, this is a music. And what does that mean though? What am I trying to say here? Yeah, I don't know. It's missing that like care and detail work that makes a song feel like more than just like a song or a remix and makes it feel really special. If that makes sense. And this is crazy. Gotcha. I need some character. Yeah, exactly. It needs some character. Next up, BPRTS, Burped, and Defon. Oh, probably more bass house. I'm assuming speed bass house. Ooh. Hush. You got it, got. You got. Wow, okay. Nice. Maybe the hats are kind of slow here. I like this. It's cool. Okay. Cool percussions. Almost missed my part. I was AFK. One, Let's go. Okay. Man, this is so clean. This has like that feeling of like super pro polish, if that makes sense. Like it's just everything is that for the most part needs to be here is here. There's only one big thing that I'm missing and that I'm surprised you guys didn't add, which is, in fact, you actually saw me doing it. It's like here. There's like this. God. Like literally just having a vocal like chant or like a vocal shot with like loads of delay on it would fit in so perfectly here, and it would help lead the build in a way that is fairly easy to execute. I mean, maybe you guys tried it and you didn't like it, but I mean, personally, I was feeling it and it wasn't even there. Impeccable sound design, agreed. Yeah, the sound design is top notch. There's so many cool, unique sounds in there. The other thing is here. This like extended part, I like it. It works well. I'm just missing like the hat pattern feels kind of sleepy. Like it feels a little too slow. Because here you have so much going on that you don't actually want a complicated hat pattern. But here it might be nice to add like a shaker or some sort of driving, like top end percussion. Like literally just that alone will be enough to just fill in these little gaps, because you have quite a lot of these like spaces in here. Like it's good that you have some percussion in there too, but just like, yeah, one consistent thing is probably all you need. Yeah, rolling stuff. Exactly. That's a good way to put it. All right. Everybody, let's go. Ooh, what's like building? Ooh, that's nice. Ooh. Oh, it's so progressive. Nice. I love these glitchy samples too. Oh my god, that melody is crazy nice. Aw, this is so nice. Like, as far as like progressive stuff is concerned, this is exactly what I like in the current day. Because this feels like it's very you. Like Arnosh, it sounds like your style of like composition and your like like instrument choice, if that makes sense. Like there's a way that you like to put stuff together. It feels like that comes through really nicely. Even though, in my opinion, like a lot of progressive stuff can feel very samey. I like how this comes through. I love this part, by the way. Like you can feel the build before you hear it. Like before you intellectualize, like, oh, there's this build, there's this slow rising thing, and that was a really nice thing to feel. I would say, realistically, my big issue is just with the drums. Specifically, the kick feels like it's just not hitting, like it's not coming through. Perhaps I don't listen to enough progressive stuff to know, but it just feels like they're so like papery and like they're not hitting. Like I'm missing that impact in. Like I can hear that it's there, but I'm not feeling it. I think it's also sort of telling that when I boost the low end, I'm not actually hearing the kick more, I'm just hearing more bass. So I think balancing your kick and bass a bit more, whether that means like you need to do more side chaining or different side chaining, or you just need to like make the kick louder. Sometimes that's all you need. But it's kind of hard to tell how you're doing your sidechain stuff. May also just be the case that like certain elements are overreaching in terms of frequency into the low end, and that you may be able to clean up the low end of some of your instruments, and that may help also let the kick come through. Let me just, yeah, okay. Let me turn this off. Yeah, overall the low end does feel a bit muddy. So I think once you clean that up, I feel like progressive house especially likes having a cleaner mix. You still want to have like nice mids and that rich warmth in there, but there's a lot of this like rumbly 150, 125 to like 220 type of just boo stuff in there that I think if you cut will help the mix greatly. Here as well, I would like to hear a little more of these like warmer mid-tones out of her voice, because it feels like she has this like, it's like bright, but yeah, it feels like the mids of her voice, you have a lot of space here to let them come through, so I would just boost them a bit, because it sounds like in the recording she's maybe farther away from the mic because of the way that she's like belting and stuff. So you may just have to boost a bit of the mids to reintroduce some of them. Or if they're cut, like maybe just consider cutting them a bit less. Alright, hopefully that's helpful. Cosmic Boy Gyro. Okay, let's go. Don't even bother about the intro and build. Okay.
Wanna be your satellite and hold you tight. 言葉は何光年先まで届くの I catch your heartache no matter how far away. I search your galaxy just like a Star Trek. I catch your heartache no matter how far away. I search your galaxy just like a Star Trek. 見上げた夜空に
Hey, yo. I see the vision for that though, I see it. I want to hear that.
엄마만 사랑해.
That gap of silence.
고보레다 우리 엄마는 그다 kimi wanna be your satellite and hold you tight 붙어봐와 난 고냄 쌓기만 해 도덕너 I catch your heartache no matter how far away I search your galaxy.
Yeah, this part's
just
nice.
like a star
As far as the
track,
vocal
I
goes, like,
catch
this part
your
hits nicely.
heartache, no matter how far away I search your galaxy just like a star trek.
Ooh, yeah, that's cool.
미야게다 요소라니 이마 기도해루요 kimi no hoshikara.
Wow.
엄마만 사랑해. 엄마만 사랑해.
Damn. I love this. This is so cool. I haven't heard a drop like this in a long time. This is... I love this direction that you're going with this. Like, I really, really love it. It's so interesting and unique. I'm going to comment a little bit on the vocals. Only because here... It's like wobbling in the way that it sounds like you can just hear the auto-tune flipping back and forth. One of the solutions you can do to fix this is basically just taking a pitch shifter and having it like pushed plus or minus 25, because usually this is happening when the auto-tune, your voice is coming in like plus or minus, like let's just say like plus 50 cents. So it's coming at a point where the auto-tune is having a hard time distinguishing whether it's supposed to go up or down a note. And especially at high retune speeds, it's obviously moving very fast. So you'll have sections where it just decides like, oh, right now it's supposed to go up and now it's supposed to go down. It doesn't have the time to figure out which note you're actually trying to do more of. So here, if you just shift it by plus 25, let's say, and have that pitch shifter on an automation, just for the notes where you need it, that can help a lot. I'm guessing since you're like remixing your own song, or is this someone else's song where you've retracked the vocals? I'm not sure. If you can do like more takes to try and get like the pitch right, if it's important to you, you can try that. But I know it's really a tough gig doing vocals. So all the respect to you for doing it. Here, you may also want to consider, by the way, de-essing a little more, because there's some of these like S's and sibilances that pop through quite a lot. And yeah, just like tune the bands of the de-esser to your voice. Okay, two more things is I think you can fill the spaces in here with some of like the vocal stuff. So whether it be vocal chops or sections of your like verses, basically, or you could try and do like cool granular like vocal effects. There's so much stuff you can do. So it might be worth just like trying some stuff out, experimenting a little bit, seeing what you can make, what kind of ingredients per se you can make, and then just start playing around with filling up these spaces a bit, because I like that like spacier, open, like let's hear the delay and stuff, but there are a lot of these that, maybe not a lot, but quite a few of them that I think you could fill comfortably with vocals without losing that sense of like space and openness. That's right. Well, can't feedback a transition when there isn't one. Kelly B said, can't feedback a transition when there is one. I mean, he's right. I'm going to focus on the other stuff, I guess. The last thing is I love this. It's maybe feels a little... I'm assuming that this is unfinished. And that maybe you want to add some more stuff later. But regardless of whether you do or don't, it would be nice for these like elements of like this whole harmony, like all of like the stuff in this melody and this chord progression to continue a little bit. Because here we continue into this wom thing. It would be nice if we still had like that same melody on a softer pluck, like on a or like, whatever, however this melody is going, to have it like still play throughout the build, so you get one more connection, and two, it feels like this progression of like, hey, like moving away from that thing, and now we're going back to the main drop. And you can even include elements of that in here as like kind of a switch up or a variation element. This is my favorite though. This sounds so cool. That sounds so exciting. I'm Basin. I'm back. Welcome back. Welcome back. The boo boo. Kitten. Alright, let's go. I think this is from Martin. Oh. Let's go. This already has this like Botanica-y type of sound. Organic, beautiful. See you, Nari. Bye. Ooh. Yeah, Kelly B, this is the second one. Da, 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 da. I just love this. This is so nice. This is just such a nice groove, nice vibe. You could listen on repeat 100%. I love the sound selection of this. It's so homogeneous without everything sounding like the same. It's just like a really nice palette. I think realistically I have like only one piece of feedback. It's actually like pretty much everything else that's going on here. I'm sure somebody with like a more intimate knowledge of this genre would be like, but maybe the drums you should, like get really specific. But I think this works. Like I would listen to this now. The only thing that I think is really like noticeable is here. This, it would be nice here to introduce an additional layer where you have more texture and stuff, because it works for here. Although I suspect that even here, if you had like, if the chord layer sounded more textural and had a little bit more movement and modulation to it, it would just sound better by default. So that may just be a thing where you have to go into whatever is making this sound, whatever synth. If it's a sample, it's kind of rough, but if it's a synth, but you can like tweak, like don't change the sound dramatically, but just find places where you can, like have the cutoff move on like a noise oscillator or something, so that you get like, that's actually my favorite trick. Is like just these tiny details that will help you bring the synth alive and really make it feel like this unlimited sound, that like every time you listen to it, even if you listen to it for like 100 seconds just playing one chord, no second is going to sound exactly the same. Okay, that's a cool idea. Huzzah. I'm trying to think if I have any presets out that are like specifically in that direction. Not ones that are released. I have some that I'm like working on right now that are in that direction, but I haven't put them out anywhere. Really not helping anybody, are they? Yo, I'm here. What's up, Dirty Octopus? Welcome to the gang. Man, I don't know what else to say. It's really I like everything else. Yeah, I mean, maybe you could like layer the hats as well more, like, but even then, like, it wasn't something that I noticed while I was listening where I was like, this is, if only this were thing. Mostly done in wavetable though, so I don't know how much I can change. I don't know that much about wavetable as a synth, but I feel like there are ways that you can. Wavetable isn't matrix based, right? Like it doesn't have a matrix based way of like changing things. The other thing you can do is like just do it with effects, like post effects, like not just auto pan, but like if you had like an erosion, for example, like moving that erosion on an LFO, I feel like I'm assuming you're using Ableton. Yeah, it's got a matrix. If it has a matrix, you'll be able to link different parameters to each other, and you can just also link an LFO, like a random LFO. I'm just very new to sound design. That's all good. Like, I totally understand. But yeah, using the matrix, you'll be able to like link stuff to other stuff, or you can just use, like I said, a random LFO, and just like, try linking it to this thing or that thing, and see how it affects the sound, and do things in like, for the purpose of what I'm trying to say is like 5%, or just like a little bit, because the goal is not to like dramatically change the sound or dramatically modulate it. It's just to get like a little bit of movement here and a little bit of movement here, and what seems like 2% range of movement here and 2% here, it stacks up to be a fairly complex amount of minute combinations that you will feel but not hear. Just ending more randomness, yeah. There's also something to be said for like it not being like totally random and like more rhythmic or more intentional. Like you could do it with an automation as well. like to quote unquote direct it. But for me, I find that like when I'm working with synths that are like going to be playing for a long time, or that are playing chords, you just need a certain element of like randomness, because especially for that sound I'm talking about, it's not really the focus. Like you're not paying attention to the way that it's modulating. Like there's other elements going on that are taking your attention in the foreground. So it's not actually critical for it to be like super intentional. It just needs to have more movement. I guess texture and change is a better way of saying it. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, you're not wrong with saying that it's randomness. Like the way we get the texture is randomness, but there's a reason we add film grain to stuff now, even though it's kind of just a bunch of noise that might have like a certain logic or pattern behind it slightly. And just because it adds something to the image. And I see music is the same way. You need to find those tools that just straight up add texture. So, God damn it. Very early stages in just a framework. Okay. This is going to be such a vibe shift, I'm sure. Okay, I see where you're going with this. You aren't wrong when you're saying it's just a framework. I would love to hear like vocal trop counter melody, or like a vocally sounding synth as a counter melody. Like something. Obviously ignore everything that I ever melody into your ear is probably not it, but you know, the idea of like having some kind of counter melody here is what you should take away. Madsy odd drums, yeah, it's okay though. We like him. We like Madsy. Yeah, I mean, no way I'm yawning, but something about this intro as well feels like kind of just like, it's just okay. Like I'm missing the it factor for it. Sounds. He said sounds sus. Nice one. Glad we're all on the same page here. And yeah, I mean, I would either layer this kick or replace it for something a little more dramatic. Let it be drama. Train link theme. Let's take a listen. No problem. Oh. New world record. Oh my god. This is gorgeous. Oh, I love his subtle drum line under this. That's gorgeous. Wow. I love that. I really, really love that. I'm guessing that's for a game or something? Zugverbindung A. Yeah, true. Add a subtle smooth stuffy solid that goes in the background like nya nya nya. I mean, you could. I mean, I see where it would be like I mean my version of that would just be like this like something that like has like a still like a high cutoff. Like I don't think you should have any of the high end, but that has this like gliding crescendoing feeling on like a single note would be cool. Would be cool, but I actually don't know if you need it. I love these drums here. I am not sure I like this then. Like I feel like these like clicky thingies are a little too loud. They're like too transient for something that's like so soft. They just stick out a lot. So it might just be something where you just transient shape it or soften up the high end a little bit so it's not quite so clicky. And you still get that driving feeling without like that driving rolling effect. Without it being kind of jarring or distracting. So the moment it feels a bit distracting. From like you have so much gorgeous stuff going on in here and it feels like it's taking away from that. The sub kind of feels like that too, but I see where you're going with it. I feel like you do kind of need it. I would just maybe chill out on like those higher notes and like space them out a bit more and really just go for more of that Jersey-ish like because you have the like these slidey or jumping up high notes in the sub that just I don't know. For me, it's too much. Because it's happening like every bar, every 2 bars. And I think if it was just spaced out more, it would feel more significant as well. This is giving like now this part is giving me like kind of Nintendo vibes and I absolutely fuck with that. Yeah, 2 presents just smoothing them out like a reverb, 200 milliseconds, 100% mix 0%. Yeah, that's also a way to do that. I feel like 100% mix is just defeating the point of them being percussive though, because I don't think you want to like completely delete them. You just want to like soften them. All right, we're ending it out with another Martin track. Let's go. I don't know why I'm so tired all of a sudden. My brain is just like, woo, power down. Ooh, this is a very different vibe.
I've been having these thoughts. I've been having these thoughts. I've been having these thoughts. I need you. I've been having these thoughts. I've been having these thoughts. I need you. I've been having these thoughts.
Is that Charlie XCX? Has that same attitude as a lot of her music. Made this in the back of an Uber based. Ooh, nice. I really like this. This is cool. Yeah, this really does have that vibe of like we're going somewhere. Like I'm traveling, I just want to have some good vibes. I love that. This is so nice. My main feedback is like one, I just think like creatively you could have some guitar plucks in here. I feel like you have this I'm assuming it's a vocal chop. And I feel like it also has this feeling of like being, you know, distorted a lot through like a guitar amp. So I think having some guitar in here would also be quite nice. And guitar really just meaning like one or maybe two notes at most at the same time, and just like panned off to the side, really soft, just like you know, like just a guitar pluck. My favorite is like the one I'm thinking of specifically is the guitar pluck from Labs, like Spitfire Audio's Labs, like the indie pluck neck one, which is really just like it's just a guitar pluck. There's nothing more to it. There's like no distortion. And yeah, maybe like distorting it a little bit afterwards and just adding a huge reverb on it, it's going to sound super nice and fit into this whole atmospheric thing in a way that's just going to make it warmer, I think. That's my idea. And the thing is, I think this me shout here, this me thing is like good. It just needs like maybe somewhere between like 2 to 5 flangers or phasers, like a mix of those, just to get like some movement in the vocal. And you don't need to turn them up a lot, just, you know, like 50% mix on each one doing something is probably enough just to get that feeling of movement. Something is moving in the vocal, because it's obvious that it's just like a sample that's being repeated over and over again. And sometimes that's fine. Sometimes you don't need to do all that, but especially when it's they're playing so close to each other, the human ear hears immediately. It's like, oh, that's the exact same sound. And then it feels kind of boring. Never used it, but I'll definitely have a look. Yeah, I feel like you would like Labs, because it's free and there's a lot of cool stuff on there. It's also quite CPU friendly overall. So if you're working on the go, it's definitely a good shout. Yeah, that's kind of it. Otherwise, I really like this one. I like this vibe. I feel like I actually know people who like I think would really enjoy this type of music. Who even I would like enjoy this type of music when I'm like going on a train or I'm traveling some sort of long distance thing, and I just kind of want to like put on something nice and comfortable where I don't have to think too hard, but it has like good vibes. It just kind of makes you smile. Used to use Labs a lot. Don't know why I stopped. Yo, why so early? But yeah, I did make an announcement like yesterday. I just woke up. If you said something now, I'll review it quick. But I'm feeling quite tired, so I'm gonna go. Yeah, the reason it's early is because I'm going to a film premiere, and it's not like I can tell them like, hey, you guys need to move the time to later because I have a stream that day. My whole vibe with music is just trying to make easy listening summer sunset music. It's working. Yo, how about the React album? But I DM'd you. Like, I'm not gonna do it right now, but yeah. Bro, I submitted, bet. Oh wait, yeah, you did submit earlier. My bad. You can go and see my feedback from earlier. I don't know why. Can you do it right now? No, I can't do it right now. It's like a lot to react to a whole album. That's a lot of stuff. Thanks for the feedback. No problem, my dude. Also, this is like a feedback stream. I kind of want to keep it focused on that. If I'm just reacting to something that's coming out, that's one thing. If you want me to give feedback, that's another. But yeah. Can I submit again though? Honestly, I'm kind of ready to stop now because I don't think my feedback is going to be very like focused right now. I just need to like stop, eat, and then like go train. No, it's just a preview video. Yeah, okay, send it over then. No need for feedback. Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's like this is a feedback stream, not a reaction stream. I'm not trying to like be a reactor, Andy. Just reacting to shit. Who else are you getting for reactions? Put together the gauntlet. Alright. Ba ba da ba ba. Concealing Volume 1. Oh, I already like this. Private Chinese version. Okay. Damn. I just realized it's literally not on screen. Feels good, man. It opened in my other browser. Okay, bet. Concealing Volume 1 preview video. I'm assuming now there are multiple versions, so we'll see. Let's just make this full screen as well. Enjoy in full quality. (1080p). Damn. Oh my god, it's so dark and gloomy. Oh. What? This is so creepy. Damn. I like how cinematic you guys have made this. It's super cool. Okay, okay. Bam, bam, bam. Damn. The visuals fit this so well. Da, 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 da. There's our boy. Yeah, this is nasty. Ew, what? It's like liquid neurobase. Nice snare in there. That guy's fire. Wow. Nice. What a cool harmony. Damn, that's heavy. Ooh, I like this. Whoa. Damn. That's insane. This one like insane too. Whoa. What? Damn. That visual flare at the end. Das crazy. Wow, super well done. I fucks with it. Yeah. I'm excited to hear this. I think my favorite one so far is probably... Wait. I think this one is probably my favorite. This one is so cool. That one is so cool. Also, I love like stopping on all of these. I'd love to know how you guys made the visuals. Heart to Dirty Octopus. Also, yours is a banger. Where is it? Number 4. I almost started giving feedback though. It was so funny. Yeah, it's also the longest one. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I love how like cinematic you've made this trailer. Super nice. I'm excited to see this. When is it coming out? When do we get to have it? 9/16. Like minutes? Damn. That's wild. Going crazy for 9 minutes straight has got to be a challenge. Very, very cool, man. I guess with that being said, already released on Chinese platforms, should be available anywhere in the next few weeks. But already looking forward to it. With that being said, I think I'm gonna dip. I'm gonna manipulate. Is this like, why is this like a single frame of my YouTube studio in there? GG. Thank you for the feedback. You are welcome, my dude. I was very happy that you were able to show up. And I don't know what I'm saying. I'm so tired all of a sudden. But yeah. Looking forward to next week. Hopefully we'll do that one on time so that we can get all our usual folks. Although there was actually quite a couple of people in here earlier who normally don't make it, so I'm wondering if there's maybe a version of this that like happens at like 2 hours earlier instead of 4 hours earlier. That might be better for more people. We will see though. Alrighty, man. I will see you guys around, and goodbye.